Arnab Goswami.
We're following up on the Times Now exclusive tonight, which is a critical eyewitness in the National Conference workers' mystery death controversy. He spoke to Times Now this morning. What he says throws new light on the mystery of what might have happened at the Chief Minister's residence on the 29th of last month that led to the mysterious death of Mohammed Yusuf, exposing what could be a trail of murky payoffs in Jammu and Kashmir politics, leading on to one of the most unfortunate incidents in recent times. On the News Hour debate tonight, I'm joined by Muzaffar Hussain Beg, senior leader of the PDP. Bhim Singh is president of the J&K National Panthers Party. Representing the National Conference tonight, I have Dr. Mustafa Kamal, who's also brother of Dr. Farooq Abdullah, and Aslam Ghoni, leader of the National Conference. Thank you very much, gentlemen, all of you, for joining me tonight. Mustafa Kamal, my first and straight question is to you tonight, sir. The more Omar avoids direct and straight questions, the more Omar or your brother Dr. Farooq Abdullah don't explain the details of what happened, the greater the mystery. The greater the mystery, the more the worry is that this is one attempt at a cover-up. What is going on, Mr. Kamal? Why is Omar Abdullah looking so completely lost and defensive on this story?
Well, it is absolutely a wrong reading of Omar Abdullah. As far as I am concerned, Omar Abdullah has made his stand very clear from day one. In fact, at the time of the death of the NC worker, almost simultaneously he announced the formation of a judicial commission. And to put it in place, it takes a little time.
No, 1 second.
And he has, made...
There is a person here today, Dr. Kamal, the Judicial Commission we've kept hearing over the last 3 days. We've heard this about the Judicial Commission. My question to you is, sir, one of the people who was in the room is making a charge that money was being collected. There was a fight over money. In return for money, ministries and MLC seats were being distributed. There was a dispute over the money. Tempers were lost. One of the people was taken, one died. The other person was asked by the police officials to change his version. That person has come out today and spoken to this channel. Why should we not believe him?
Well, there is absolutely no justification in accepting a version given by one side and not accepting the version given by the government and Omar Abdullah.
I have not heard an explanation of the government yet, except outrage. I have not heard an explanation. How did the man die?
He has agreed to face the commission if required.
How did the man die?
And if we are all keen to see the truth come out,
so how did the man die? How did Yusuf die?
Government to constitute a judicial commission.
How did Yusuf die?
Huh?
How did Mr. Yusuf die?
Well, the government version is before you. The post-mortem report is before you. The post-mortem took place in presence of his relations. And everything is on the video camera. The doctor's certificate is there. That version is before you. The version of the Chief Minister is before you. You seem to be doubting that version, which is a partisan view.
We are stating, Mr. Kamal, 1 minute. Mr. Kamal, this is a grave and serious charge. Grave and serious charge, and I must reiterate, it cannot be dismissed only with denials. You know, the CCTV cameras which you referred to show a man walking in hale and hearty, and while coming out vomiting blood, unable to stand. Obviously, it looks like the man has not had a very pleasant experience in the Chief Minister's house. Do you deny those CCTV pictures? Haven't you seen those CCTV pictures?
Now. What do you expect Omar Abdullah to do? Jump into
No, I'm asking you. How does a man walk in hale and hearty and after a confrontation with the Chief Minister come out in a state where he can hardly stand, vomiting blood, needing a medical advice, dead in 12 hours, his body returned to his family?
I would like to refresh. I would like to refresh your memory. Only some weeks ago, a professor from Hyderabad came to address the students in the Kashmir University. He collapsed while speaking to the students, and he couldn't breathe again.
Okay.
Heart. This is the way heart can behave when it comes to a halt.
Well,
if you want to know the truth, and people in the country want to know the truth, people in the state want to know the truth, you should welcome the constitution of the Judicial Commission, which will go into the matter right up to its bottom, so that truth comes out.
I'm glad you're asking for the truth.
It as you are.
And I'm glad, Dr. Mustafa Kamal, you're asking for the truth, because the truth is also this, that the son of Yusuf, Syed Talib...
You don't believe any version.
So, 1 minute, I haven't got a version yet.
One version.
Omar Abdullah is not giving any version sometimes now.
You seem to be putting the government in the dock.
No, here's the question. It's our right to ask the questions. We need to ask the questions. I want to bring in our second participant tonight, Muzaffar Beg. Of what you've heard today and also the eyewitness account, and what you've heard of Dr. Mustafa Kamal, what he said. Your response, please.
Arnab, I can understand the anguish and frustration of Mr. Mustafa Kamal, because it is for the first time his family has been exposed like this, and their feudal rule is in imminent peril. Now, on the merits, I would hope that you can get the evidence of the other eyewitness, Yusuf Bhatt from Ganderbal, before he is tutored or purchased. Now, we don't object, but we welcome the appointment of a judicial commission. But how can judicial commission arrive at any fair conclusion if those who are accused of complicity in a series of events that led to the unfortunate, unnatural death of Yusuf Shah are in power? Appointment of a commission is first step. The second step would be that those who are accused of corruption and initiating actions which resulted in unnatural death of Yusuf Shah must disassociate themselves from power, so that evidence is not manufactured and witnesses are not purchased or blackmailed.
Point taken. Aslam Ghoni. Here is a man who is accused of taking money for the Abdullahs. Omar Abdullah himself, if I am not mistaken, has made that charge. Now, instead of distancing himself from this man, Omar Abdullah calls him to his house for an explanation and has a quiet meeting in which tempers are lost, and the man eventually ends up having to be taken, escorted out, not being able to stand. My question to you is, instead of distancing himself from the man, instead of asking the police to inquire, Omar called him to his house for an explanation. Doesn't this obviously indicate Omar Abdullah's urge to settle the matter discreetly, quietly, and maybe under the fear of a greater expose, things just rolled, one thing leading to the other?
Arnab, I would require a little of time to explain all this, what you are saying, and to say something about it. You see, there are a couple of things. You have to compartmentalize the whole issue. There are certain facts which are, in the present circumstances, admitted facts. The fact that these three people were there, none of the parties have denied it. Mr. Omar Abdullah is not denying it. Nobody's case is that these three people were not there. These three people were there. They were called there. And since all of them belonged to the party, there was a complaint made by two of them that one has taken money from them. And this person against whom the complaint was there that he has taken money, he too was called.
What was money being taken for? What was money being taken for?
Please, kindly.
No, clarification. What was money being collected for?
Yeah, no, see, I will come to that. I will come to, I will
it's important to know.
I will come to that as well. But if you, yes, I will come to that. There are, if it was money being taken for what you are alleging and what everybody is alleging, why then Chief Minister should have been inquiring about it? You see, please let us be honest to everything. Let us not try to sell it in a bigger way, the way we are trying to sell it. You see, kindly try to understand. And this is human nature, this is human behavior. If it was that if Chief Minister was knowing that what for the money was, why he should have, I am asking you a question, the question instead,
yes,
which is being projected.
Yes.
I am asking you a question,
sure,
that why instead he should have called these people if he would have been knowing
my
for
question
what the
is,
money is taken.
My counter question to you,
Please,
to you is, why would Haji Yusuf have told Omar Abdullah to wait for Farooq Abdullah before he returns the money? Should we read that as a sign that Farooq Abdullah was the main patron and he would have skipped Yusuf's case? I mean, I don't understand what's going on here.
Yes, please. Let's try to understand what's going on here. Let's try to understand what's going on here. None of us is witness to it. This is all what is being said about. I have just now heard the statement of Yusuf. Very serious statement, I would tell you. But then, the way people have tutored him, the way he has been tried to make a statement, I would tell you with honesty that the basic thing.
Sir, this is very serious, Mr. Ghoni. Salam Rishi also alleges that senior police officials tried to influence Yusuf Butt's statement. That is an extremely grave charge.
No, that you police kindly, that you ask the police.
No, it's very convenient to say they ask the police.
How it can be? How it can be?
Now, Omar Abdullah says I hardly knew Haji Yusuf. Omar Abdullah says I hardly knew Haji Yusuf. If he hardly knew Haji Yusuf, why did he call him for a meeting? No, please fill in the blanks.
With great respect, Arnab, with great respect, I would say that kindly try to understand that Omar Abdullah calling these people to the residence, and moment he finds, you tell me kindly, honestly.
Sir, please, Mr. Ghoni, Mr. Ghoni, please answer the question. Mr. Ghoni, please tell me, what was a simple question tonight? If you or Dr. Mustafa Kamal can explain this to me tonight. Because as I've said here very clearly tonight, this channel doesn't offer a platform. Maybe that's why Omar Abdullah is not coming on this channel. But you need to ask the direct questions. My question is this. What was the basis of the proximity between the Abdullahs and the man Haji Yusuf, who died?